Hello friends, myself NK Thukral from Edupedia World. Last session I had started with discussion on emerging mode of businesses. I had discussed sufficiently emerging mode of business and e-business, and also including the scope of e-business. Today, under e-business, I am going to take you to discuss on online transactions. First of all, let me tell you, or let me define you, what are online transactions? What is it? Online transactions refer to transactions taking place between buyers and sellers through internet. Only through internet all the stages are covered. I mean to say, right from the starting, pre-purchase stage till delivery of the item. All are done through online nowadays. So these type of transactions or activities covered through internet are called online transactions. Students, in a traditional type of businesses earlier, these online activities were not there, but stages were the same. Suppose, for an example, if you want to buy a plasma TV for your house, what you would have done under traditional business, you will go to the market, see the item, view the item, see the specification, discuss with the supplier, and finally make the payment, and supplier will deliver the product at your residence. So these were under traditional activities. All were done by going personally to the shop and taking the delivery personally from the shop. But nowadays the things are totally different. Online transactions are much more useful, much more beneficial for buyer also and seller also. So I think you know better now that online transactions refers to all the transactions taking place between buyers and sellers through internet. Transactions done through internet are called online transactions. Now let us go ahead. Under online transactions, what are the stages? As earlier I told you, the stages were the same as in case of traditional business, but technology is different. Number one stage is pre-purchase stage. What is there in the pre-purchase stage? In this stage, buyer searches the relevant website, seeks information to evaluate the required product. He will go to the website of the supplier, he will see the product, he will see the specification, he will satisfy online only because all the information is provided by the seller in their website. So, pre-purchase stage, the buyer searches the relevant website and seeks information to evaluate the required product. This is the number one stage. Second stage is purchase stage. In this stage, buyer selects the required product, negotiates the price, and final the deal and makes the payment. So means under purchase stage, he will select the product, he will negotiate, he will finalize the item, finalize the deal after negotiating the prices, and payment is also done online. So this is the second stage under online transactions. What is in the third stage? Third stage is delivery stage. Delivery stage, simply the product is delivered to the buyer after seller receives the payment. Once you have made the online payment, after few hours the payment will be credited in the seller's account and seller will start delivering the product. So except the third stage, the other two stages involve flow of information. Online transactions are the most suitable for exchange of information as other modes like face-to-face or interaction or post, etc. are time consuming and expensive process. So under traditional businesses, stages are the same, but delay in time in negotiation the price, choosing the product and delivery also. But here time is saved and also expenditure is much more less than under the traditional business. So online transactions are preferred nowadays than the traditional type of transactions. I may tell you again, students, the information is exchanged in the traditional business mode too, but at severe time and cost constraints. In face-to-face interaction in traditional business mode, for instance, one needs to travel to be able to talk to the other party, requiring travel effort, greater time and cost. Swapping of information through the telephone is also unmanageable. It needs synchronization of both the parties for exchange of information orally. Information can also be transmitted by post, but it becomes a time-consuming and expensive procedure. What internet do? Internet walks in as a fourth channel that is free from most of the problems as referred above. So online transactions are more preferable than the traditional type of transactions. Now students, let's see in online trading what is the process, how the process starts and how it completes. Before online transactions, certain processes are there which needs to be followed. Number one is registration. As you can see in the slide, what is registration? Before online shopping, a person has to get registered with the vendor on the website by filling up online registration form. The buyer is also required to fill in a password to avoid login by an unauthorized person, because password is very important factor under online activities, because otherwise there may be fraudulent activities if password is not there and somebody can hack your process and take undue benefit. So registration is the process which is required under online trading. Second is placing an order. Shopping cart would be provided for you to pick and drop the items into it. Shopping cart can be defined as an online record of what you have picked up while browsing the online shop, similar to a physical shop wherein you can put in and take items out of your cart. That will help you to make sure what you want to buy and can check out and choose your payment options. So after browsing the online store, the buyer places the order by picking and dropping the items in the shopping cart. Shopping cart is an online record of all items that the buyer has chosen, and after selecting the product, buyer moves towards the payment options. And third is payment. I mean to say, what is the payment mechanism? How the payment is done? The above figure clearly states that payment for the purchases through online shopping may be done through several methods. Under payment mechanism, the buyer is given the option choosing any of the mode for making the payment. As you can see in the slide, different payment modes are there: cash on delivery, check, non-banking transfer, credit or debit card, or digital cash. Now let me brief you one by one. Under cash on delivery, the buyer makes payment in cash when he takes the physical delivery of the goods. It is the most secured method for the buyers. And under check, under this method, buyer makes a payment through check. Check is either sent by buyer or collected by the vendor. After check is encashed, the product is delivered. Unless check is cashed, item is not delivered. Next mode is non-banking transfer. If the customer's bank provides the facility of electronic fund transfer, then the buyer can transfer money from his account to the vendor's account. And practically nowadays, all the banks are providing these type of transfer facilities. So after receiving the payment, the vendor delivers the goods. It hardly takes any time in transferring the money. Online, sometimes within 5 minutes the money can be transferred and thereafter delivery is made by the seller. And next is credit or debit card. As everybody is aware, what is credit and debit card? These are the electronic card, you can say plastic money, are the most commonly used nowadays. Even for any activity, these cards are used. More than 95% of online payments are made through such cards. In case of credit card, buyer has to give credit number, card number along with authenticity signature securely to the vendor. Thereafter, amount due to vendor is paid by the card issuing bank, which later recovers the amount from buyer. And whereas debit card, buyer can make purchases to the extent of amount in the account. Whatever the account is there, immediately the account will be debited and delivery there itself can be done. Another mode is digital cash. What is this? This form of electronic currency exists only in cyberspace. The amount needed as digital cash has to be deposited by buyer in the bank dealing in digital cash. Thereafter, bank issues a special software through which buyer can draw digital cash from his account with the bank. Digital cash is also known as e-money or electronic cash, electronic currency. So, all are these mode of payment under the online trading process. Now students, let's go ahead. Let's see what are the risks involved in e-business. You see, things are there, or things have been made, electronically things are done, but there are security problems also. Let us discuss on risk involved in e-business. Number one risk is transaction risk. Online transactions are prone to following types of risk. One can be default and order taking or giving, when the seller denies the receipt of order or the buyer denies the placement of order. Another is default on delivery, when the intended delivery does not take place. Suppose, for example, goods are delivered at the wrong address or goods delivered or other than ordered by the buyer. This is the delivery risk. What is another risk? Payment risk. When the seller does not get the payment for the goods supplied, whereas the customer claims that the payment has been made. There may be certain problems electronically. Payment is made to the other supplier and the real supplier says, I have not received the payment, or delivery also problems are there, as address may be wrong or something like that. These are the risks involved in the transactions. Next is data storage and transmission risk. Data stored in the system is exposed to a number of risks. The vital information may be stolen or modified to pursue some selfish motives or just for fun. Such risk may be done due to virus or hacking. As you are reading in the newspaper, hacking also, virus also. Virus is a program which imitates itself on other computer systems. Virus enters in the computer system through email, disk or floppy, which can damage or corrupt the data and can even lead to complete destruction of the system. This is the greater risk. Another greater risk is hacking. Hacking refers to unauthorized access to a computer network. The person doing the hacking can intercept the data in the course of transmission. The data can be protected by using cryptography, which involves transformation or encryption of data into some unreadable form to ensure privacy. Hacking is also there, and to counter the hacking, all the banks practically is doing much more to avoid these type of activities, hacking or virus. Next security problem is threat to privacy. I mean to say privacy. As internet is an open space, it is difficult to protect the data available on the internet. The data may be copied and used for personal gain. There are also chances of receiving junk emails on the basis of data furnished in online transactions. So these are the risks involved under e-business or online trading. Now students, let's see what is the solution for this. Solution for the successful e-business. What is being done? The resources required for successful implementation of e-business are given. As you can see in the slide, well-designed website. A business enterprise must develop a comprehensive website to communicate effectively with its online partners. Website should provide all details in order to facilitate online transactions. So if website is well designed, it takes care of all the things. Adequate computer hardware. You see, business firm must procure and install computers with necessary hardware to carry out expected volume of business. If hardware is small, speed will be less, memory will be less, processor will be very slow. That's why nowadays you go to the bank and activities are very delayed. As simply answer is that the hardware is very on the low category. So low speed is there, work is done in a very delay manner. Manpower. I mean to say the manpower, all the persons should be well equipped technically also. There must be technically qualified manpower to handle various aspects of online transactions. It can be a sales inquiry, order processing, payment, delivery, etc. You see, unless the manpower is qualified, the payment or delivery will be faulty. Telecommunication facilities. I mean to say there should be effective telecommunication facilities. E-business requires an effective telecommunication system in the form of uninterrupted telephone lines, optic fiber cables and internet technology which is capable of handling traffic on the internet. Another solution is proper system for payment. The business enterprise must have adequate arrangement with banks or other agencies to receive payment for sale of goods and services and making refunds in case of excess payment. So the proper tie-up should be there with the bank where the payment is being made and payment is being credited to the seller account. So student, we have seen today all the transaction, how it takes place under online trading, what is the processing, their risk involved and solutions also there. However, at last I can say the online trading or online transactions being done nowadays, it is very useful for the society as a whole. That's all for the day today. Thank you. Bye bye.